Dear twin flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening Journey podcast. And today is an episode number 67. In today's episode, we are going to talk about love, divine love, and the frequency of love to understand better what is love and what it shows to us. This topic today is not only about twin flames. It is about love, divine love, how to attract divine love, how to be this divine love, what love will show it to us, how to love unconditionally, how to let go while we love unconditionally, and how to raise your vibration of love. And we will talk about the frequencies, different energies, and what happens on this time. Of course, when you first met your twin flame, you felt something you've never felt in your life before. You felt that you are finally alive. You can finally sense and feel. You feel strong. You feel like there is the happiness, the infinite happiness, infinite love, infinite possibilities. And then happens the separation, where we start going through the process of becoming love. I know we talk a lot about healing, and I just want to say that healing is part of the process, because you're going to shed off the old energies. You're going to let your ego to die. That's why it's painful, because your ego doesn't want to die. Your ego wants to hold everything in control, everything how it's been. But the problem is that love is so much stronger that ego has no power over that. And everything is frequency. Just remember that everything is frequency. And I've noticed that twin flames often, when you meet, and in terms of knowing that if you are really on this journey, or even if you have met your soulmate, but twin flames and soulmates are not the same thing. Often you are vibrating in a similar frequency, and you have a similar energy structure. So that's why you meet them. That's why they come and show it to you, especially with your twin flame. You are on the same frequency when you meet. And it happens for a reason. But I also want to touch upon a topic that has been on my heart. We tend to feel ashamed or guilt that we love someone who we barely know, or someone we had a very strong connection which we don't understand. We don't understand how on earth all of a sudden you felt something you've never felt before, and you can no longer control this. You can no longer control, and you cannot stop it. And I just want to say we should not feel bad of the fact that we love someone, that we dearly love someone, especially when I talk about twin flames. When you have come across with your soul who vibrates on the same frequency as you, and it shows you the purest form of love that comes to heal you, love that will come to help you to show who you become and who you're supposed to be. Then love your twin unconditionally, even though in 3D it might not look like this. But love them. Every day choose love. Love is one of the strongest healing powers. Love heals everything. So be very careful of the energies you surround yourself and things that are happening around you, because everything is a frequency, everything is an energy, and is trying to tell you something. And while we wonder why our twin flame ran away from us, or why the other person doesn't love me back, well, the question is, first, do you love yourself unconditionally? Do you love every part of you? Do you enjoy yourself in a sense of being alone, being with yourself? Are you the best friend of yourself? Or are you saying to yourself, I'll be happy if I have this love in my life. I will start doing this in my life when I will get this or that. I will change myself when I have this in my life. Well, the truth is, you have to change yourself first in order to have this. You have to change your frequency. You have to become already today the person who you want to be in order to have all of that. So you have to become this today. And that's why every single information, every single frequency is very important. And I'm not saying this lightly, because I just would like to remind you that everything you consume, news, information on internet, what kind of TV shows you are watching, people you have conversations with, what type of frequency these conversations are. Are they uplifting, or are they in the sense of, let's say, you gossip about others, you judge others, you say negative words? What's around you? What is happening? Everything is frequency, and everything is holding you there until you break free from it. So if you hear, let's say you are surrounded by people who gossip, for example, then walk away as soon as you can. Because gossiping is one of the lowest vibrational energy. And so is judgmental, when somebody judges others. Because why they're doing this? Because they are not happy with themselves. And they judge others in order to feel better. Well, we all know it doesn't work. The void is still there. Saying that this person or that person or this and that is not doing it the way it's supposed to. And you're spending your energy of filling that void instead of going within and saying, why am I feeling this way? Why I want to say bad things about others? Why do I want to spend my time of saying what is right and wrong, fight for it, instead of finding the inner peace? But we can't find this inner peace until we let go of this energy of void, the energy of pain, which is trying to tell you something. Same is with food. Be very careful of what you eat. Be very careful what you drink. Be very careful of any kind of medications or drugs or anything you use. They will play with your frequency. There's a reason for that. The more clean you can eat, the better it is. I know, of course, it's a privilege nowadays to eat very clean and local food, because we can see what the prices are and what is happening. But eat less and eat better. Just listen to your body. I would, of course, highly recommend to cut off any alcohol. It's not good for you. No, even though it feels like you're going to relax on this moment, I tell you, do the inner work. Go within, meditate, connect with the high vibrational people. Connect with energies. And I guarantee you, you feel like you never need to drink alcohol. That's what happens when we are having our spiritual awakening through love. And all of a sudden we stop drinking alcohol. We no longer eat meat, or we eat very little, in a very high quality. We feel like everything what we do matters for our frequency. And so even if you think, oh, what is this little thing over here will do for me? It will. Everything is energy, and you have to become very careful this. And another day I came across on Instagram, and I shared on my Instagram page in a story from Adam Ra, or Adam, ROA. I will put these links on my bio. And I just loved what he said. I just loved it. And I just wanted that you will take this with you today. And stop being so hard on yourself that you love someone unconditionally. And there might not be the answer back to you today, but there is a love. There is a love. You can't stop thinking about them. You feel them. You feel in the sense of there is so much love to give and share that you would do anything in this world to express this. And I loved how Adam had said, you don't get to choose who you love. You can choose to who you build your life with. You can choose to put the work to keep your love alive, but you do not get to choose who you love. And this message is so powerful. We can't choose who we are going to love when the love comes to us. We can't say, oh, this person looks very beautiful, I'm going to love this person. That's why love is, in a sense, is blind. Love is frequency. Love is energy. And for you to attract love, you need to become love first. I promise you, if you become love first, you are vibrating an energy of love. Love will find you. And also, I'm going to say a lot of people will fall in love with you in that sense that those who are lacking of love, they will feel your love and they'll be like, oh, wow, you're so beautiful because you are the love. But we can't get to choose of how it's going to happen. It's not like you're going to force. If I'm going to meet you and I'm going to force myself, yes, I need to love this person. It doesn't work like this. And so it's the other way around, that when we came to this twin flame journey and we fell in love with a total stranger, and we cannot stop this, even though we try. And I've said this over and over and over again. Do not push this love energy away. It will not help you. I did that. I was the one who was trying to avoid all of this. I was like, this is madness. This is crazy. It will stop. There was the biggest fight in between my mind and my soul. I did not want to listen to my soul who was telling me, I need this love. I need this love to heal you. I need this love to open your heart, that you will fully live this life, feel everything, see everything, and heal this world collectively. I was protecting my heart. My heart was so closed. And when I came to this journey and I was trying to avoid this, I was pushing away. And I know many of us, when we love someone unconditionally, we start pushing away this feeling. We try to say, no, it's enough. This person is not treating me back how it's supposed to. This person is not telling me if they love me or not. I'm not going to love this person. Well, try this. Try not to love. Try to stop today loving a person. It will not work. Although I'm just going to say to you that the love has to first come inside of you. And whatever happens in the sense of if this person will love you back or not, that's the next thing. It's a bonus. And if that happens, it's magical. But you will not find your inner love. You will not find yourself if you don't fully love yourself, if you do not follow of who you are from your soul. And sometimes for that, you need to change of who you were before. You need to kill this ego. And that's why the ego death is painful. Because this ego is trying to hold on to everything that tries to protect you. Protect you from getting a heartbreak. Protect you from feeling the pain, which you actually feel all the time. It's just your ego tries to be very powerful, but it's not as powerful as your soul. So when you choose to become the love energy, and so what you have to do in order to become love energy, and I'm just gonna bring it in of, first of all, that everything in this, somehow this holographic universe, everything is a reflection of us. It's not the problem of others what is happening to you. I'm telling you that one of the most lowest energies is blaming others of your life. Yes, there are things that are happening in the sense of other people doing you something. I'm just going to bring it in what happened another day. My children, they're mixed race. And my son came back from the school and he said to me that there's a boy who has been pushing him and he had a little scratch on his back and he said to me some very, very nasty words about the race, about everything. And my son had no idea what it means because at home we don't speak the language as such. Again, I'm very careful of the words I'm using in terms of vibrations. So he had no understanding of what this boy was actually saying, but he felt that this boy is angry. And obviously the next day I had to go to school and had a talk with the with the school, and they said they will take care of it. And then I came back at home and I started thinking, this boy is lacking out of love. No child or new human would hurt another one with words or violence if they lack out of love. And so I had a little talk here and there, and I came to know that in their family there is a very difficult situation. I'm not going to go into the private details, but let's say the mother and father have a very hard time of getting along. So the child is lacking out of love. And in order for him to express the pain, he goes after others. But how to stop this? To do back? To say things back in the same frequency? No. It's to show the light. So instead of us feeling that obviously I felt this is not all right, but I wanted to show what is better. And so we put together a chocolate. We wrote a nice letter by saying, thank you for apologizing. You are a very kind and nice boy. Choose always love. Choose always kindness. And here is something sweet for you. Remember that you are part of the ripple effect. And everything, the way you react and everything that you do has an outcome. So there is no point of going around and blaming this happened because of this person, this is there. Let them go. For example, if you got fired from your job and you didn't like your boss, then thank for the opportunity you had. New and better opportunity will come along. Let go of the blame. So and I'm going to talk about, and so everything in this holographic universe in that sense is a reflection. And that's why we're talking about the quantum physics nowadays. I also like the fact that quantum, the twin flames being called in Russia, I heard once the person told me, quantum couple. And I totally agree with this, even actually more. It's the frequency. Everything is a reflection of one another. Everything that you do will reflect. And if you wonder if your twin flame will ever return, if you choose love, I promise you, if you choose the vibration of love, they will return to you. Because you choose love. I was another day doing a channeling for a person. And I keep on hearing how the higher self is saying, please fight for me. Don't let me. Because I know that I could sense, of course, And this is the hardest for me normally when somebody takes drugs or alcohol, because when I feel this in the higher self, how much the higher self is in pain, and the higher self is saying, please wait for me, please fight for me, don't give up on me. And it's like, we feel like we want to give up. We have it done. It's finished, and I will no longer think about you. I'm done. That has to be over. But if you share the same soul, the void will always stay there. So that's why choose love. Choose the love always. And obviously, again, learn about the frequencies, learn about the energy. Everything is that. So if you really want to connect with your higher self, because you are your higher self, but you just don't listen to it, start going within. Meditation, Reiki, breath work, sound healing, quantum healing, hypnosis. Everything will help you to get rid of the old energy that is still there. And you have to connect with your heart. You have to connect with your heart. Your heart tells you everything. On the, I would highly, I know many of you are already in touch, like in the sense of knowing, but Joe Dispenza is definitely one of them, who is able to give you an understanding of the energy. Why is it so important? And one of the good book by Joe Dispenza is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I will put this in a description for those who would like to read this. I'm just going to say another thing as well. The Alchemist. Those of you who still haven't read The Alchemist, take your time now. It's a perfect time to read The Alchemist right now. Read it, and I will promise you, you will understand what I'm talking about. The Power of Now, of course, and the Elizabeth April, You're Not Dying, You're Just Waking Up. All of them are in my descriptions. Get these books. They will help you. Also, I have another few links on a bio that is given to me by another beautiful soul. And she recommended this to watch and listen. So if you feel like you need more information, you need to lift your vibration, here are the tools for you. Do not sit on this vibration that is not serving you no longer. And I'm going to start from in a sense of talking a little bit about what is the energy and what's the difference of understanding of love frequency and what comes from there. So it's the energy of force, which is the lowest vibrational energy. And it's down in the alpha, so it starts from the alpha point. And the number, in the sense of one of the lowest, is the shame. When you feel the shame of yourself, when you feel that I am not loving myself, when you feel that there is so much shame of you being you, and you have you've been hiding yourself the whole life of who you are. So it's the shame of saying something out how you feel, saying and expressing your way of seeing the world. Again, I want to say here something else. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in you, and who is here to support you. Not everyone has these intentions, and often these intentions are because of their own insecurities. Surround yourself with a frequency that will uplift you, which will tell, no, be you. Be yourself. And what happens with this process is you feel humiliation you feel humiliated when you say something. You're like, oh, why did I say so? I feel so embarrassed. I should have not done this. And you over and over and over again go with this. One of the lowest vibrations, and you need to let go of this energy. If you want to climb up, you have to let go of this energy. The next thing is a guilt. When you blame others and you blame yourself. It's another low vibrational energy, and it's going to destruct many things. When you don't feel that you deserve love, when you don't feel that you could be love, when you feel you've been never shown love because of, let's say, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your ex-boyfriend, stop the blame. Let go of the blame. Sit down with this blame today and let go of it. It is not serving you well. If you have this, and today you're feeling, yes, I'm talking to myself like this, then sit down and start letting go of it. I am putting out a meditation of how to purify with yourself with love and heart chakra on my Patreon. You can listen to it as many times as you need and get the clarifications of what you need to let go of. And I also want to say, everything that you're going to invest in yourself in terms of energy is for a lifetime. Medications, short fixes will not get you there. Getting drunk on Friday night and feeling like, oh, I can finally breathe, will not get you there. Invest in your energy. Invest in a situations, or like in a life where you're connected with a high frequency. I tell you, your life is going to change in every aspect because everything is frequency. Frequency is so powerful. What I do daily is meditation. I meditate around 3 to 4 hours per day. That's why my response rate is very low, as I feel that my body needs this. I feel I need to be connected, especially when I get a lot of information. Let's say I have a long days with calls. I know I have to sit down with myself and meditate. I'll do Reiki. I'm doing breath work. I listen frequencies, sound frequencies, Kundalini activation, and meditation. I am going to, right after our retreat, I'm going to put out an options to learn how to meditate with me, to go through the guided meditations, to connect with your soul, that will help you to get into peace. And we're going to figure out, obviously, what are the things that you cannot go into the peace, because sometimes it's difficult to do this alone. I know that. It's so easy for me to say, meditate. Well, I've been meditating now, I don't know, 7, 8 years. After, of course, my twin flame journey, I started to understand the importance of this. So it's so easy for me to say today, but why I'm keep on repeating this is because it will help you. And yesterday's group call, I'm telling you, you are the most beautiful and wonderful souls. Thank you. I am so blessed. I am so blessed of having you in my community. If all of you become love and will share the love and light, we will shift this world. We'll make this world a better place. So choose love, choose kindness. And I want to say huge thank you, because yesterday again I could see we have a beautiful soul. When she first came to our group sessions, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. She's always been so sweet, but so much in pain and feeling so lonely. And now she's shining. She's doing what she's supposed to do in life. She's feeling that she's not alone. And she's so smart, so beautiful. She has lost weight. She's taking care of her body, taking care of herself. And she knows that she's always connected with her twin flame. And she needs to also energetically help her twin flame to get there. That's why I'm not a big fan of these methods, as don't send them love, don't talk to them, do not connect with them. Yes, do not connect with them from the desperate energy. That's why frequency is all what matters. So then grief. When we're grieving, that we didn't do this, why I didn't do that, or you have lost something in your life and you feel like to regret. Don't hold this energy with you. Let go of past, in a sense, is never going to come back. It's gone. In that sense, all we have is now. Again, for those who need to read The Power of Now, read The Power of Now. Read The Alchemist, I would say first. Read and listen The Alchemist, our beautiful, all of the links are in bio. Just do yourself a favor. I love reading The Alchemist as it's my little Bible of all the answers. The next energy of low vibration is fear, which gives you the anxiety. And when we are operating on fear, we are in a fight and flight situation constantly. We try to prove something. We try to constantly find the validation, find that what is right and wrong. This is why, again, on this twin flame journey, there's no right and wrong. There's no like, this is how it's supposed to be. I would recommend you to hear many stories. I would recommend you to connect with as many you can. And you realize there's no right or wrong. There is just your soul's truth. And if you listen to your soul, if you know what your soul is telling you, and you choose from the place of love and knowing, then it's going to happen. Others can tell you, no, this is not real, you have to do this way, this is absolutely crazy. Well, you can try this. You can try everything in this life. It's a human experience. But if you choose to listen to yourself, if you choose to connect with your higher self, you have all the answers and even more. So connect with yourself, connect with your higher self, and you'll have all the answers. Desires, which is a craving. When we desire, we want, and I need. This language is, just take this with you today. Do not use the words, I need to do this, I have to have this, I want things to be this way. Low vibrational will make you feel that your life is never enough. So you're constantly craving for more and more and more. Desires, as we can see where it has come to us, we're living in a world where everything is a one click away. You can order everything you wish. You can get to the information as quickly as fun, and you constantly have the craving for more. I remember there's this. It's a very good podcast, and I can't remember the name right now. Anyways, there was a quote that was so well said. You already have what you thought will make you happy. So which means you were, let's say, 5 years ago, and you thought, if I have this house, or if I have this car, or if I get the message from my twin flame, I'll be happy. And then all of this happens, and you're still not happy. You still want for more. You still want for more validation. You still want something more, and more. All you have is already right now, right here, and embrace it. Take this with you. Let go of the desire, I want, I need. I promise you, if you change just this thing, you will see the shift. You will feel the shift. Everything you already have is here, and embrace it as much as you can. This happiness is with you. And if you cannot feel this right now, start letting go of everything else step by step. Talk to yourself. Have the answers. Activate your energies. Again, you can book the call with me where we're going to do the energy activation, where we're going to discover your soul, where we're going to discover how you could become your higher self. and also that will help you to connect with your twin flame from the loving and caring perspective. Again, all the links are in bio. If there is any issue, twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. Happy to hear, happy to listen, and hopefully I can be helpful for you. Next one is anger. So with anger, we develop hate and aggression, and we'll feel like I constantly need to fight for myself. I am angry because these things are happening. Well, if you let anger to take over of who you are, then it shows that the anger has more power of you being you. Every time you feel angry, take a moment and feel, why am I feeling angry? What is this thing that makes me angry? Is it the energy who I surround myself with? Is it the food that I'm eating? Is it the information I'm consuming? Is it the things I do in life that I don't actually like? Just be very careful all of that. Anger is telling you, and if you are staying in anger always have power over you. Next thing is a pride, and that comes from the ego. And I know that very well. I had quite a lot of pride of, for example, not telling to people I love them. Sounds crazy, yeah? But I thought it shows my weakness. If I tell to someone I love them, then and they don't love me back, how humiliating is that? So I could never say anything of this. Or for example, if I felt that I need help, I could not ask for help because I'm not weak, I'm strong. I'm not going to show my weak part of me. And so I was really in a pride and protection mode, not helping. Open your heart. Help is around you. Your spirit guides are around you. Feel weak. Feel that, oh, I didn't know. Allow yourself to be the student of the life. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Oh, and this is another thing. I could not allow myself to make mistakes. I'd constantly punish myself up if I made a mistake or things didn't go as planned. Well, today, mistakes are part of me, and I'm okay with that. Am I right? No, and I'm not even trying to. Am I perfect? No, and I don't even know what the perfection is. I'm me. And that's beautiful for me. I'm not looking for, in a sense of validation, in a sense of feeling that things have to be this way. No, things are the way they are. And more love we have around us, the more we can connect. And so these are the lower vibrational energies that are holding you back. So if you felt that any of these vibrations you have or you come across with, then start releasing them today. No one else can do this to yourself, only you. If you will start changing and shifting it, everything will start to happen. I promise you, if you let go of all of these energies, your life will change. Your energy will shift. And from there on comes the energy of courage, which is an affirmation. It's you feeling, okay, all right, I am ready. I'm ready to take a change. So that's why I would like to say that you who are here, who are listening this podcast today, you are here to change. You are here to, you take the courage of realizing, okay, I know I can do this. I know I can be better. I know I can follow my dreams. I know I can serve this world. I know I can be the love. And so the courage is already the first thing, starting through affirmation. And then comes this, somehow the energy of neutral, that you become neutral because you trust everything. because you have released everything and you start trusting. For example, you go to a restaurant and you just trust that they will have the best meal for you. You are not worrying, or you're not seeking for it, or you're not constantly in a state of, what if it's not good? You trust, and you trust the universe. You trust what is coming to you. And this is the feeling where you feel at peace, you feel ease. Then the next thing is willingness and intention, which means you become very hopeful. You realize, this is somehow my energy in that sense, that I'm very hopeful of believing that if we choose love, if you become love, we can shift this energy and life collectively. And so just become love. And I have these big hopes, and I can see it in our group sessions, how many of you are such a beautiful souls. There are still the ones who are starting from the beginning and feel the pain. That's why I have the group session for all of you. You can join. It happens. The next one will be on the 3rd of March. You can come and listen, that you will feel like I'm not alone, because we feel often lonely on this journey. And I just want to say that the reason we feel lonely is because we don't want to really accept that we are on this journey. And so we're constantly trying to find that information to tell us that, no, twin flames are not real. No, what you're experiencing is not real. This love is not real. It's going to stop. I'm just going to say that even, let's say, the word, and that's why I'm not the biggest fan of labels. As a matter of fact, again, I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 19, and I never put myself a label. I couldn't stand of any of, let's say, CEO or founder or all of that. I was like, no, it's me. It's just me. I don't need any labels. And I'm still not a fan of twin flame label either. I mean, I know I had to somehow deliver the message. But I want to say that even, let's say, the twin flame is a complete madness. It's a complete scam, the word is an absolutely, like, it doesn't exist. My question would be, will this take away from you this love, what you have experienced? And will this take away the energy and the experience you had? It will not. So whether it's twin flame, quantum couple, same frequency, energy, because everything we are connected, I don't know, divine love, couple, I don't know, anything. It does not take away the fact that you felt something so profound that you have never felt in your life before. And then comes your reason, your understanding of who you are, who you become. You start feeling that, oh, I have a purpose here. I have a reason why I'm in this place right now, right here. And you have this full understanding, and you feel like you are meaningful. So you see, when we had the energy of shame, we felt that we are not meaningful, and now we're becoming one. We're becoming that we have a meaning. There's a reason you are here, and there is definitely a reason you are here. Everything that you do has an effect. Your words, your actions, your way of living. So choose love. Because if you wish to see the change in the world, you have to be the one who changes first. No one else would change before you do. And then comes the energy of love, where you feel the love, where you feel that I am the love, I am the love. And when you become love, there's the next energies that are higher, is the joy, inner peace, where you feel that you are connected. And then comes the enlightenment, this pure consciousness. So the love is helping you to get there. Love is the one that is helping you to get to your pure, like your ultimate consciousness of who you are. So I hope that helped you in a sense of realizing what is stuck in you or what is the energy. For the love vibration, in order to raise your vibration with love and feel it, it's 528 hertz. On Patreon, you can do the love meditation and connection. I have also the channeling meditation there, which you can do. I had a person who just told me how powerful it was for her, that she felt so connected. So you can try to do both of them. I will not tell her experience until she gives me the approval. I asked for her if I can tell on my podcast. She hasn't given me the approval yet. So remember, everything is energy. So whatever you're saying to yourself, you're saying to the others, everything will happen around you. And you create the vibration. So definitely look it up on the Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. You will definitely have information in depth. I will be reading a little guest post. And many of you who are wondering like why you should listen to other people's stories or what is the thing, I just want to say that when you listen to other people's stories or you connect, you realize that you're not alone. So it's a short story for today, and definitely will come more stories in the future. Again, make sure to like and subscribe if you would like to hear more, and send your own story with me. twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. All the information is in bio. So I will be reading a story from another beautiful soul. Dear beautiful soul, I stumbled over your podcast around 14 days ago, and you talk straight to my heart. I really enjoy it, and you do have a lovely and beautiful voice. As I have been listening to you and the stories of others, I realized I needed to write down my own story too, just for myself. It is beautiful as it has been hard, but it deserves to be told to someone. Otherwise, it feels like it has never happened, because there's no one else to tell it to. Agree. I just want to say, for those of you who feel that they go crazy of this journey of what happened to them, what really helps is to talk to someone. That's why I have the booking availability. Come to our group session, share your story, write your stories down. Once you do that, you realize that it's actually real. Just take this moment and write this down. It all started in 2010, even before I met him. The one. Back then, I did not know his name, but I knew him via forum of the internet. We were sharing the same hobby, and only by his avatar and the things he wrote. We never had any direct contact, but for some reason, he caught my attention. After we met, he told me he found me interesting too. Later I got to know his name. Oh, because a friend of his, also from the same forum, moved away from my place, and she became my friend as well. She told me bits and pieces about him, but not very much though. He was married, had kids, and lived in a small village, far away from where I live. I did not thrive in my marriage at the time, but I was not actually aware of it either. My husband was a good man, kind and talented, but I never reached into his heart. So with my new friend talking about Twin Flame O, I remember thinking I would really enjoy to get to know him. When he reached out and sent me a friendship request on Facebook, I of course accepted. I did not put so much in it. Besides, He was just too handsome at my age. I never succeeded with men in my age. Looked too nice and was married. So I thought he was just out of my reach anyway. But I thought of him a lot. On the 6th of August 2014 was the very first time we met face to face. It was gathering with people who were sharing our hobby. We both had our kids with us, and the gathering was family friendly, with competitions including both kids and adults. He introduced himself, but disappeared almost as soon as he came. I was disappointed. 2 years later, when I saw through the picture I had taken from the gathering, he was actually competing against my daughter in a relay. Shortly after, I began spiraling down in my marriage. I started to acknowledge what I had missed: deep conversations and feeling of belonging, intimacy in a different level. There was barely any. My self-esteem was low. When even my husband seemed to be attracted to me, who else would be? Seemed not to be attracted to me, then who else would be? And then when another one, a 14-year older, pursued me and I could not hold back anymore. He was like a soul friend to me, but I knew deep in my heart that that was not what I was seeking for. But he taught me things I'm truly grateful, that my thoughts and my wishes for marriage was valid, that I was attractive in so many ways, not only physically, but also how secure man acts and carries himself. But I had to fall to him go. So my marriage goes down the drain, and my spiritual journey started. A year later, in 2016, I got this feeling that my twin flame also was struggling in his marriage. We had never been in contact with each other except for this one brief meeting 2 years ago. But I just knew. Then out of the blue, he started to send me some messages. I was a little bit surprised and excited. 4 months later, we met again at a weekend gathering, and there were no kids. Although tall and good-looking, he seemed shy. And I am not. We talked a lot. I felt very strong attraction, and I had this feeling that he was so attracted too. Neither of us said or did anything, but later he confirmed he had felt the same. Some months later, he was on a vacation in my area, and we decided to meet up just for a walk and talk. I was excited and told myself to calm down. He probably did not think of me in a romantic way, but after a little while, he kissed me, tender, warm, and passionate. He kissed like the way I do, which I had never experienced before. 2 months later, we met again, and we just had to, and it was magical. Far better than any movie scene you can imagine. Warm summer breezes, tenting by the sea in a remote and hidden place, totally melting together with each other, and totally in tune with the nature and Mother Earth. Our hearts beated like it was the ocean itself that had entered our bodies, and we just existed. I felt a peace inside I have never felt before. We did not talk so much. There was no need for. Unreal, but very real at the same time. When we split up, I knew deep in my heart that I had experienced something very special and rare these days. I was heartbroken when he was driving away from me on his motorbike. I felt as it was part of me as was gone, I should be excited, not unhappy. I shared the most wonderful time of my life with a gorgeous guy, and all I could do was to cry and feel deep, deep sorrow inside. And I knew that all I could do was to hope he would return. He did come back, time after time, melting physically and emotionally together. When we did make love, we talked and barely had time to eat. Every time we met was like a first time, magical. We were like one organism, and we were even talked about it. He would often say to me that he thought we were created from the same stardust, although very different. We just knew who the other was on the core. A year went by and we both got separated. He had this 1-year engagement close to where I lived and we could meet up a bit often. We had a wonderful time together, no promises given, just living from day to day. We talked about everything. With me, he dared to be vulnerable. After this year, he moved back to his kids to be part-time dad, but we continued our relationship. But at distance, his core wounds, which was pretty much the same as mine, started to show up strongly. And 1.5 years later, he left me on the 4th of November 2019. I was devastated, but somehow we managed to end our relationship in the most loving way, like we have always been to one another. We kept in touch on a daily basis, but then, after just 4 weeks, he started seeing someone else, the girl next door where he lived. As a matter of fact, it was shock to me. Had it all been a lie? Had all of this strong emotion something I had imagined? From that day, from a very, very long time, I was walking in the dark, and I got the harsh confirmations. Guys my age are not actually interested in me. I'm too independent, too smart, too honest, and too strong for a man my age to handle, I thought. I tried to move on, angry, sad, disappointed, and hoping he would come back. And since he wanted me in his life, we continued to keep in touch. He kept me on hold, and I let him, afraid to lose him. Whenever I put up some boundaries, he felt hurt and pulled back. Then he got over it and wanted me to closer again. And after a while, the dance started all over again. He would simply not let me go, nor break up with his girlfriend. The tougher I set up boundaries, the harder he held on to me. I felt like I was torn apart. After 1.5 years, I finally had the courage to block him on social media. I felt like my heart was torn into pieces. I was already at the bottom of my deep well, but now the bottom disappeared and I fell even deeper. During this turmoil period of no contact, I still could feel him very intense. I knew he was longing as much for me as I was longing for him. I could feel it. He tried to reach to me in different ways, but I kept myself from letting him again. I had to. I tried not to, but I continued to spiral down to the point where I thought I would die. Not in my wildest imagination would I ever think of our relationship should end like this. It didn't. After 4 months of no contact, he contacted me again, and despite still being with his girlfriend, I could no longer bear to not have him in my life. I did not reach out to him, but I replied his messages, which came quite frequently. Occasionally he told me he missed me, sent me loads of love songs. We used to communicate through songs when together. And he even admitted he too felt the soul connection between us that it cannot be explained in ordinary ways. He was clearly split inside as well. But as soon as his feelings for me bubbled up on the surface, he pulled back again. The sign was clear. He longed for me, but he did not have the courage to break it off with his girlfriend. Afraid of these strong feelings, and afraid of the risking to lose me, I suppose. Wanting to control. For every time he confessed his feelings for me, he tried harder and harder to remove himself further away. He wanted to have me close, but without having to deal with those difficult emotions. The girl next door was the easier choice. I unfollowed him on social media for a second time this summer. 3.5 years later, he broke up with me. I had to let go of the sake of both of us. Is he my twin flame? I don't know. I have never ever felt so connected with anybody, and it feels like deep soul connection that will never go away. There have been synchronicities along the way. Born on 5 days apart, 14 August and 19 August, and the region of our country, both living far away from where we grew up. We both have rare ancient names. Our daughters have the same diagnosis. And we got our first COVID simultaneously. We have been the same body. We even have the same kind of body scent. He pointed it out as well. Looking back in the mirror, we also have the same core wounds. Perhaps it's all coincidences, and I don't know what to believe anymore. I still cry, and I miss his soul. I think of him all the time, but I try not to. Maybe it's just an obsession because I was introduced to the term twin flames 1.5 years ago, and my longing for love is so deep. I only know that nobody have ever learned me as much about love, pain, and who I am as he has. Without him, I would never have grown or healed as much as I have, and I'm really grateful for that. I will never love anyone like I love him, ever. I just know. I know he feels the same too. Am I spiritual? Wow, growing up and being told that science has all the answers makes me question things. But I have always felt a deep connection with the nature as long as I can remember, and I have experiences that can't be explained by science or psychology. So perhaps I'm kind of spiritual after all. So this is my story. It took me about a week to write it down. It was not easy. Not even sure if I was going to send it. But today is a full moon in Leo, and since we both are Leos, I choose to do it anyway. If you read it, I'll be grateful. If not, it's okay too. It has brought me clarity just writing this all down. Yeah. There are many things I want to obviously touch upon. Today's podcast is a little bit long. I want to say that, like we started this podcast, we can't choose who we love. It comes to us. It comes to us, and there's no way we're going to stop this. And actually, often on Twin Flames, both of you are feeling this deep connection. And often another one runs away for another relationship or something like this, just to get a logical sense, what just happened, and am I going to feel the same thing? And then also, we have to understand that everything will happen in the divine timing. It will not happen in overnight. When the time is ready, when you are ready, it will happen. Allow the life to happen in between. Right now in this separation, when you're not together, allow yourself to let go of any kind of energy that is holding you back, that is not allowing you to be your higher self, that is not allowing you to feel the love instead of feeling the longing and feeling that you're going to lose the person. You're actually never going to lose. You're always together. You're always connected, and you've never lost them. And it's not true that your twin flame doesn't love you. This is something we have to change in our vocabulary. I know when we don't hear from our twin flame. I know when we don't get this validation, we start talking, no, this person doesn't love me, I'm making all of this up. When you say these things, listen to your soul, what your soul is telling you in this moment. Is it your mind that is panicking because of some fear and anxiety? Check out your solar plexus, your root chakra, abandonment. Go within and let go of it. We have this one beautiful soul in our group session who said, and I think it's so true, and I think it's so wise, and I just wanted that you realize that you cannot lose on this journey. You're going to gain. You're going to have the love. If you go within, if you connect with your higher self, if you become of who you are, you cannot lose. So start today and believe that your twin flame loves you. If you say this to your soul today, I know you love me. I know you're connected with me. See how you get calm. And it's not that you are imagining these things. Even her who wrote this story today, you can see that there's been confirmation many times how her twin flame actually loves her. But the mind comes in and tries to tell you no, because he's with somebody else. No, because I'm not good enough. No, because I'm this. No, because I'm that. It's time to let go of this. So thank you for sharing your story. I hope it helped others. You can share your story with me, twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. I will just go through a few things that are in our community that will help you. As you know, on Patreon, you have extra meditations, and you can do the channeling, and you can do today the love connection, heart chakra connection, where you're going to connect with the frequency of love. So I would recommend you to do that if you would like to. The links are in bio. We will meet up on twice a month, those of you who are Patreon members, and it's absolutely free for the Patreon members to join. Patreon is $5.99 a month, and you can join of the calls, or you can listen to the recordings once my computer has finally arrived. Apparently the computer I ordered had a slight problem. And then I will put out all of the calls we had. The retreat is coming up, and I would like to say that right after the retreat, so those of you who would like to book your sessions, please book them in advance right now, because during the retreat and prior to this, I don't take calls anymore. And if you feel you need guidance, if you feel that you need energy activation, if you feel you need to share because it's too painful, you can book this with me right now. And we'll have it the retreat. And I want to say that the next group session call we have on the 3rd of March. And this will be the last one in a sense of where we are going to discuss your topics, your questions. For the future, after my retreat, I will be turning them into more workshops, which means we are going to learn how to journal, we are going to learn how to meditate, we are going to learn how to channel, we are going to learn how to let go, and I'll try my best to get you so we can have 1 hour of talk and another hour of exercise. Yesterday we did a meditation, and I could see how many of you don't take time to connect, and when we do this collectively, it's so much more powerful. So after the retreat, I will start putting up the workshops to help you to become your higher self, to become love, to attract love, to be the love. So if you found this episode helpful and you loved it, or even if you didn't, thank you for being here today. Thank you for connecting. Your feedback, your requests, your questions are always more than welcome. Leave them in the comments, and until next time, thank you so much for being here. Lots of love and light.